Welcome to my video! And today we will be watching Disney Channel's 2003 musical hit, The Cheetah Girls. Now, The Cheetah Girls means a lot to me. I grew up watching this movie. In fact, I have the first one and the second one on DVD. So this will kind of be like a rewatch for me. New eyes. I'll be able to kind of see it differently. I'm gonna try and see what things I noticed this round of me watching it. I decided to watch it today because Disney announced that they're making a reboot. I know, Disney too, making another reboot. Moana. They also announced the cast a couple of days ago. Speaking of the cast, can I tell y'all a secret? Come close. Closer. Pinky promised me that this stays in our circle. Whenever they announced that they were making a reboot, I wanted to be in the movie. I needed to be in this movie. And I really thought that no audition, no scouting, no experience, no dance skills, no singing skills, no acting skills. I thought they were just gonna scout me out and put me in this movie. They were like, she's a fan, I could tell. They're gonna see me in Walmart and just tell like, oh, she a fan. Like, I know she got that star quality. She gonna be in our movie. I need her in my movie. Can you believe that didn't work? I'm not in the movie. I know. It's a shock, really. And to kind of grieve this role, I will be dressing up as if I was in the movie. In fact, as if I was a cheetah girl. I'm going method. I know what you're gonna say. Disney is really missing out. I know. They needed me. Low-key. They couldn't afford me. And with that, let's get to the movie. Okay, so you guys, I kind of had technical difficulties with my recordings, my video for my reaction watching the movie. I'm just gonna kind of recap the movie and yeah, we'll just do it that way this time and cross our fingers and hope it doesn't happen again next time. Okay, so basically the Cheetah Girls is like this girl group based in Brooklyn, and they're all freshmen in high school. Number one, I did not know that they were freshmen in high school until I rewatched it. I guess whenever I was younger, I just thought they were older because they were older than me, but I like now that I'm a senior in high school, there's no way they're freshmen. There's no way. Anyways, so the girls in the Cheetah Girls group, the main one is Galleria. Galleria is like the main one who really wants this group to work. She wants them to become famous. She's like the main one like advocating for them. She's kind of like the mom of the group, but just a little bit meaner, if I have to be honest. Think of like Pearl from the Pearl movie, as in like she wants to be a star. You know, she works, I'll give her that, she works really hard, but she just really wants it bad. She's kind of like the Diana Ross of the group. You know, like nobody acknowledges the fact that she is the leader of the group, but like she is. And then next we have Chanel. Her and Galleria are the closest. They've known each other the longest. Chanel is they say that she's like the fashionista of the group, but I personally think it's Aqua, but that's just me being biased. You know, don't listen to me. But she's kind of like the Jennifer Lopez of the group, except she can like actually sing. She doesn't need to lip sync, you know, no shade. So there's Chanel. Next we have Dorinda. She's the dancer of the group. She kind of reminds me of Kinsey from Love Island season 8, the season going on right now, in the sense that y'all know how Kinsey had like such a big issue. Like she was always bringing up the fact that she had blonde hair. You know, Dorinda is kind of like that in a sense. That, and y'all know how Kinsey's always doing them splits. Yeah, Dorinda's always doing backflips, like always doing backflips. But she's a sweet girl though. And then finally we have Aqua. She's a Southern belle. She's from the South. She's from the country. She keeps it very real From what I heard, this role was originally made for Solange, Beyonce's sister, which I thought was pretty cool. I feel like you can definitely tell that this was made for Solange, and just the vibe of Aqua. And I thought it would have been pretty cool to have Solange in that role, but I don't know what happened. So the movie starts off with the girls performing at a kid's birthday party, and they kind of mess up around the end, but like other than that, they do pretty good. And Galleria basically tells them like, hey, you guys did really good. Like Aqua, your harmonizing is great. Dorinda, your dancing is great. Chanel, you finally hit that high note. And they basically go over their cheetah power and how like during the performances they always have to match, they always have to be put together. That's kind of like their thing. They want to audition for their high school talent show, and they want to win and be the first freshman to ever win in their school's history, which that's crazy how there's never been any freshmen to win the school talent show. This is where I found out that they were freshmen. Like I said, I never caught on to that before. They don't really look like freshmen, if I'm gonna be honest. Chanel, she goes home to tell her mom about the performance and how she finally hit the high note, and her mom isn't really caring. She's caring too much about that date she has with her new boyfriend. Now, might I add, Chanel's mom looks like Shakira. I'm gonna be totally honest, like every single time I watch this movie, I thought that was Shakira playing her mom, and it's not. Like that isn't, like there's no way that's not Shakira, but whatever. Let me get past that. Next, Galleria, she goes home and her parents kind of get onto her because her phone was on D, it was on silent, and they were like, we were calling you and your dog has to go pee, like you needed to take the dog out. Toto, his name was Toto, and you didn't take him out whenever you needed to, like your priorities are not straight. And she was like, well, I was focusing on the group, I was making sure we were getting out there and performing. They're like, we really don't care, just go walk your dog, like catch up on your responsibilities, ma'am. Then we have Dorinda. She's mopping floors at a community center, I believe, like a dance center, for like points so that she can afford dance classes. And then we don't get any update on Aqua, which I thought was kind of weird. But next we see them auditioning for their theater teacher, I believe. No, I think she's like the history or English teacher, I'm not sure. This is their kind of first performance other than the one at the birthday party, and I feel like this one is their best performance. It's the best song, it's the best outfits, it's their best dance moves. And in the crowd is Jackal Johnson. Jackal Johnson is this famous producer, and he's there because he used to go to that high school and he likes to scout out talent from where he used to go. I think Jackal Johnson is a really weird guy. Like honestly, he's a Diddy dude, but he kind of looks like Eminem a little bit. I don't know, but I think he's kind of weird. He like introduces himself to them and he's like, hey, you guys are really cool and I want to sign you guys. Galleria, like they're all standing there, and Galleria, she decides to like move everybody else out the way and get to the front and like shake his hand, and she's basically like, I'm the founder, I'm the manager, I write the songs of the group. And I thought that was kind of weird, you know, because I feel like if you really care about this group, you would be hyping up everybody else's talents. Chanel and Galleria's moms were there during the performance to watch them, and they see all this going on and they get down there real quick. They're like, oh no sir, you can't just be making deals with our kids and then just not ask where the parents are. And they quickly get them out of there. But like, here's another weird thing. This is why I don't like Jackal Johnson, because he ends up giving Galleria like a business card. Is like, hey, if she changes her mind, here you go. Number one, if the mama says no, then it's no. Why are you giving this kid your whatever? Let me get past that because I already think he's weird. So Galleria and her mom, they get home and she's embarrassed and like disappointed, and she's like, you literally never let us do anything. Our fame was right there. You know how hard we've been working on this and you just say no. And Galleria's mom is basically like, I've been down this road and I just think you're too young, because if you get disappointed, it's gonna hurt. But later on, she ends up saying like, I guess we can meet up with this guy, but I have to be there, and if there's anything sketchy going on, then we're leaving, like we're gone. And Galleria's excited. She's like, okay, great. So the girls meet up with Jackal Johnson. Galleria is running late. Whenever she gets there, everybody realizes she stepped in dog doo-doo. Now, might I add, there is this scene where she's like getting out of the car to hurry up and make it to the meeting, her and her mom, and she steps in the dog poop. The guy that had the dog and he was picking up the dog poop, he literally just let her walk in it. He wasn't like, hey, you know, here, let me pick this up really quick, go around me. No, wait, there's something right there. He didn't say anything. He was just looking crazy. And then he was like, hey, you just stepped in dog poop. She finally makes it to the meeting. Everybody realizes, you know, she stepped in dog poop. Tell me why. We go to the next scene and Chanel is sitting there scrubbing dog doo-doo off her shoe. There's no way I would be doing that. There's no way. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my best friend so much, but you could not catch me doing that. There's no way. And Galleria is literally just sitting on the counter like complaining while Chanel's like sitting there scrubbing the shoe. There's no way. Chanel puts the shoe back on and Galleria pats her head and walks off. Like she hops off the counter, pats her head, and then walks off. Oh no, see, let me be quiet. Jackal Johnson wants them to make a demo and get that all done with, and the mom is basically like, they're not gonna have time. I want them to focus on school. Like if this messes up with their school schedule, like we're not doing it. And he's like, no, we're gonna get it done in 3 days, you know, from Thursday to Saturday. And she's like, Saturday is the talent show. And Galleria decides to like put it upon herself. She doesn't talk to the other girls. She's like, oh, we don't need the talent show. Like this demo is 10 times more important than this talent show that we auditioned for, that we've been working on. It's not as important. I see where they're coming from. Obviously the girls are upset. Like number one, you can't just make decisions like this without us, right? Number one, y'all made a commitment to this talent show, y'all made a goal, and just to disregard it is crazy for a demo, especially if you can reschedule it. But then again, I can see why she would think it's not as important, because they have 3 more years of high school. They can always do talent shows every year. But hey, that's just me. Galleria leaves and Aqua ends up telling Chanel, hey, you need to check your friend before I have to. We're all friends, but you've known her longer. You need to talk to her because her behavior is not it at all. Especially because Galleria literally tells Dorinda, hey, you're wearing the same clothes every day. That's not it. You need to fix your clothes. Who do you think you're talking to? Are you gonna buy me new clothes? I didn't think so. I just think it's weird how Galleria is over here worried about her wearing some clothes. So next we see Dorinda working at her community center, and her friend tells her, we have this auditioning group coming in the next couple of days, so we'll be closed down. And Dorinda's like, how am I gonna get my points for my dance classes? And she's like, well, you can just work at the auditions. Mind you, Dorinda like mops floors and stuff like that. So I'm over here thinking she's gonna be mopping or something. But no, we cut to the next scene and she's in the auditions. She's not working on anything. She's actually auditioning. She ends up getting scouted out and he's like, hey, you're really good and we want you to go on tour with us. Other teenagers touring as well, and I think this would be like a really fun opportunity for you. And he's just like, here's this contract, so just give it to your parents. And then she's like, oh, okay, yeah, of course. But she ends up finding out that because it's during the summer, it's gonna conflict with the schedule for the Cheetah Girls. Next, Chanel comes home and she overhears a voicemail basically saying that they're moving. Earlier in the movie, her mom actually told her like, what do you think about moving to Paris? And then she's like, no, I don't want to move to Paris. And her mom was like, okay, that's fine, just think about it. I just think it's crazy how she asked her just to completely disregard what her answer was. Also, I also noticed her brother is never to be seen again. Chanel's brother is never to be seen again. During their audition for the talent show, there was this annoying little boy. He gets up there and he's like, oh yeah, I'm their manager, whenever Jackal Johnson gets up there. And then he's literally never to be seen again. And they literally said, oh yeah, Chanel, get your brother. Chanel, get your brother. She gets her brother. He's never to be seen again. And then he's like not in any of her other scenes. But her mom also mentioned we can just go on a shoe shopping spree. So because she's not there, she decided to leave her credit card and a note saying go get a pair of shoes. Chanel decides to go on a shopping spree. She decides to get some Gucci, some Prada, some Dolce and Gabbana. She sees this cute little leopard jacket and she decides to go visit Dorinda and give her this jacket because she was like, I really can't let you go outside the house like that. After what Galleria told you, I have to fix this. She ends up finding out that Dorinda is a foster kid and she lives in a 10-kid household. Now, I didn't get is like, why did Dorinda have to lie about it? Even at the end of the day, they really didn't care. Chanel was like, I mean, you're still our friend. That doesn't change anything. I just thought that was weird how she decided to lie about it. But it was the 2000s. During the next Jackal meeting, he basically shows the girls that he's been talking to a marketing team and they've been doing some research, and he ends up showing them this concept of what he wants them to be. He gives them these ugly looking animal masks. So I don't know what the marketing team has been researching. I don't know what group they're trying to cater to, but they're catering to the wrong group. If they wanted to go like the animal route because it's the Cheetah Girls, why don't they just give them like cute little like animal ear headbands or something? I don't know why they didn't think that would be creepy. No girl wants to buy some record with some creepy looking animals on the front. Gallery is like, that's actually crazy, we don't want to do that. And she's like, that doesn't even make any sense for us to have masks anyway. How are they gonna see us singing? He's like, you can just lip sync. You can just lip sync. And she's basically, you scouted us whenever we were doing us, and now you're trying to change us. And she has a good point. Why are you trying to change us if you liked what we were doing in the first place? And Gallery is basically like, I worked too hard on this group. Like, if you want to change us, then we're bouncing. She goes, my crew, let's go. And she's walking off. They don't follow her. They decide to say, but it's mostly because they've just been really annoyed with the fact that Galleria has been deciding to make decisions on their behalf without talking to them first. So they're like, you can't just walk off and then just expect us to follow you. We're staying. She walks off, and then Jackal Johnson is like, oh, well, we can just replace her and make Chanel the leader. And they're like, just let us think about it. Tell me why. They leave the room, and then there's just like a row of teenage girls. I thought it was pretty weird how Jackal Johnson is this huge producer, and yet I haven't seen not one guy, adult, or anything in his building. And it's just mostly been teenage girls. See what I mean? Diddy do. Chanel's mom finds out about her little shopping spree, and she says, my credit card declined. I bought some sandals, and they basically snatched some sandals off my feet before I could even leave the door. And I come home and I find all these shopping stuff. I told you to get a pair of shoes. And then Chanel's like, I'm sorry, I just felt like you haven't been paying attention to me. And so Chanel's like, I'm just really grateful for you, especially after talking to Dorinda and how in her parental situation, she's just like, I'm really grateful for you. And they end up making up. Chanel didn't get in trouble for spending all that money. She did say that she would return it, so I'm guessing that's what she did. But I just thought it was weird how she didn't get in trouble for that. Later on, Galleria is like sulking and walking on the sidewalk with Toto, and his leash like unhooks, or she accidentally lets go of the leash and he runs off. And she's like, Toto, come back here, Toto, come back here. He's running. He's gone. They didn't have him on like a better leash, and it's obvious he does not listen. This is this dog's third time running off, and he's not listening to any of his owners. So I feel like she should have been holding that dog or something. But he ends up falling in some construction hole in the middle of the sidewalk, and he's stuck in there. So she asks for help. And then later on, as time goes by, this whole situation is live on the news, and the Cheetah Girls see the situation and they come to support Toto. And as they're getting there one by one, they're in these cute matching jumpsuits, and I think they're really cute. She's like, thank you guys for being here for me. And they're like, no, we're here for Toto, because they never made up. And so the firefighter helping to get Toto out of the hole, he's getting deeper and deeper. We need something to get his attention so he could come out. So the girls, they start singing, and it gets Toto out, and everybody's all happy. They do this huge like musical number in the middle of New York. This huge crowd of people, like none of them had nothing else to do than watch this dog get taken out of a hole, or watch this girl group like dance in the middle of, I'm guessing, like Times Square or something. Like none of them have nothing else to do. So after they do this huge like musical number or whatever, they end up finding out that they won the talent show. I have an issue with this. Obviously they did a good job, they ate, right? But early in the movie, they literally told the teacher that's over the talent show, we won't be able to do this talent show because we're recording a demo. And then number one, they're not even in the school to do the talent show. They're doing this outside the school. So why are they winning the talent show if they weren't in the talent show anymore? I just thought that was kind of rude to the other kids who were actually in the talent show, because they worked all hard. They actually made it to the rehearsals. They actually made it to the actual talent show, just to lose to the Cheetah Girls whenever they weren't even in the talent show anymore. Jackal Johnson ends up calling because he sees them live on news performing, and he ends up regretting his decision to change them up. And they end up telling him, thanks for the opportunity, but we're not working with you anymore because you missed your chance. They make another pact to never let fame get to their heads, never let them split up, and that they're gonna work like extra hard to get to their dreams. My final thoughts of the movie. Here are my little honorable mentions first before I get into the four main girls. The drama teacher. Loved her energy. She wasn't letting Galleria walk all over her, and she wasn't letting Galleria just talk to her however she wanted to talk to her. She's like, little girl and the teacher. The romance with this kid named Derek. I'm gonna be totally honest, this kid looks like that one guy from Rio. How old is Derek? Because I just now found out that these girls are all freshmen. He does not look like no freshman in high school. A freshman in college, maybe, but definitely not no freshman in high school. He was having this little romance with Galleria, who's supposed to be 14, 15 years old, because I don't believe he's the same age as them. I actually found out that the actor was about like 19 or 18 during the filming of this movie, and all the girls were younger than that. So I think it was kind of like a Corbin Blue situation from whenever he was in Jumpin', I think, that one movie with Keke Palmer. So I had to put that in there. I don't know how old he is. I didn't like the whole romance bit going on because I feel like he looked grown. Next, the new movie. I really hope the new movie has just as much heart as this movie did. I know the whole situation going on with the cast and how everybody feels about the cast going around, especially because now there's only one black girl in the main four instead of there being three, or the whole entire group being a black girl group like in the books the movies are based off of. And I understand where everybody's coming from. It's kind of like that with rebooted Disney movies, well, other rebooted Disney movies. I personally think, my opinion on Disney reboots, I feel like they shouldn't be spouting them out as much as they are, but I don't mind new rebooted movies because now a kid can sit there, watch it, and have the same experience we did whenever the original movie came out. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on the new movie. I hope it's good. We'll watch it together whenever that comes out. Aqua. I wish we would have gotten more with her character. I didn't really like how we saw where all of them lived, but we didn't see what Aqua's home life looked like. We got little stuff throughout the movie, how Aqua lives with her dad, or how she's a little bit of a germaphobe, which I like that. I also like how they didn't make her too stereotypical. Sure, she was southern, she was country, but she was still very like feminine, you know? She was very posh, and I like that. How they didn't make her like, my hands are always dirty because I'm a farmer girl kind of thing. They didn't really do that at the time. Next, we have Dorinda. I feel like she should have just been honest from the jump about her family. It wouldn't have changed anything. It didn't change anything whenever they did find out. I really feel like she should have taken that dance job, especially if it was just during the summer. It would have been good network. It would have made her dance skills go up, especially for the Cheetah Girls. So I feel like that would have been a really good thing for Dorinda. Next, we have Chanel. Because she is the closest to Galleria, so I'm saying this about her, but it really applies to everybody else too. She shouldn't have been letting Galleria get to the point where she was. Because the fact that she was sitting there scrubbing her doo-doo shoes is crazy. And that obviously wasn't the first time she decided to do little stuff like this for Galleria. She didn't just wake up one day and was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna wipe her shoes down, her doo-doo shoes down. You know, obviously she was used to doing things for Galleria, and Galleria was used to letting her do things for her. So I honestly feel like if they would have just spoke out to Galleria sooner, her personality wouldn't have been as bad as it was. Finally, we have Galleria. She was not a good friend from the jump. The fact that after their whole performance, she decided to tell Chanel, wow, you finally hit that high note, is crazy. I'm sure she didn't mean it that way, but I'm just saying, you know, instead of just being like, wow, you did such a good job today, you know, I just thought that was weird. Even like throughout the movie with her whole diva attitude, I get that you worked hard for your group to be where they are today, but you can't just go around telling people like what to do. Like telling Dorinda that she needed new clothes. go buy her some new clothes. And the fact that she was talking to like adults like this too, especially as like a 14, 15-year-old girl, you can't be talking to adults like that, especially if they didn't talk to you like that. Or like whenever she told Aqua at lunch, you need better table manners, you need to chew with your mouth closed, you can't, like, because Aqua decided to have hot sauce in her bag and put it on her food because she was like, New York doesn't really have no spice. Like I said, somebody definitely should have called her out sooner. Chanel, somebody should have called her out sooner. And I honestly feel like she got that personality from her mother. Throughout the movie, her mom is constantly saying little stuff, so I feel like that's where she got it from. And those are my final thoughts of the movie, and this is the end of the video. So comment down below your thoughts of the movie, what y'all think about the new movie, some movie suggestions, little stuff like that. Yeah, I hope y'all have a great day or night. Peace.